because I want you guys to know that boundaries, there are no boundaries with Instagram. It's limitless. And it doesn't matter if you're 18, if you're 75, you can build your business on Instagram. And the reason why is because I'm going to teach you guys how to find like-minded people that are just like you, that want more fun, friendships, freedom, the products, and the business. So if you don't have a pencil and paper, you might want to grab one because I'm going to go over a lot of things. What I do want to tell you guys is I kind of talk fast. So if you have a question at the end, I'll ask for questions in the chat and I can go over anything that you have questions on. And also, I want you guys to know that most importantly, I just want you to have fun with Instagram. And all the things that I'm going to go over tonight, you don't have to do all of them. Just pick the ones that you think, oh, I could do that, or I want to try this, and just do a couple of those. And then if we do record this and there's a recording available, you can go back and you can add more stuff as we go. So, okay, so excited. First, I want you guys to all get a piece of paper and write down, these are the core basics of Instagram. If you can do these 3 things, you can build your account. I went from 0 followers to over 27,000 in the last 5 years. And I didn't even have Instagram when I started. So if I can do this, you can do this too. The first one is following people. So following and gaining followers. That's the first core basic. The second core basic is posting and stories. And then the last core is just interacting and building relationships. And so I'm going to talk about all 3 of those categories tonight. And I'm going to help you guys really get specific on who you want to have on your Instagram, which are people that you want on your team, and trying your products. So all of you guys in the chat, I want you to drop one topic that you feel like you want on your Instagram or you already post about. And so you're going to have a total of 5, but just drop one so you guys can all get ideas from each other. By the time you leave here tonight, I want you guys to be thinking about which 5 you want, but just drop one. So for me, it's food, family, fun, quotes, and coffee. And so everything I post falls into one of those categories, right? When I'm posting about the business, it's falling into the fun category or the family category. When I'm posting about recipes, quotes, Instagram, I'm going to give you guys a huge secret. You have to give before you take. So you guys really tonight, I want you to really be open to thinking of 5 topics that you want covered on your Instagram. And every time you get ready to post, I want you to think, does it fit into one of these categories? And if so, continue and post. If not, maybe tweak it a little bit. I love these. These are all coming. So these are so good, you guys. Some of you guys, it's just people are saying their dog, mom life, quotes, fitness. I love that. So you just really want to get specific on what you want your Instagram to be about. The next thing, you do not have to reinvent the wheel, okay? So just because maybe you would say, okay, I want to do food, but I don't cook like every night, right? That's okay. I don't either. Or actually lately I have, but not by choice, you guys. So that just means that maybe you're going to Pinterest and you're searching food and you're finding a cute picture that's not copyrighted, right? And then you can screenshot it and you can use it. Maybe you're going to Pinterest and you're typing in faith quotes, right? And then you're just screenshotting and using that quote for the day. You do not have to continue to make your own content. You just have to be resourceful. Does anyone have any questions about that? If so, drop it in the chat. I'm looking. Okay. So 5 topics. Everything that you post will fit into those 5 topics. Let's first talk about following. So who wants to know how to follow people? Drop a 1 in the chat if you're like, okay, I'm ready to start growing my Instagram. Katie, now it's saying again that I can't share my screen. So I don't know what you did earlier, but if you can do it again.
Okay, try it now.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, screen. Can you see my screen?
We cannot. It just says Kara's iPhone.
Okay. Screen. Share screen, screen. Zoom. Start broadcast. Okay, please. Now can you see my screen?
Not yet, but it's doing something.
Okay. We'll give it a second. Let's see. Screen. You guys, I love it when this works. Screen. Screen broadcast. Yes. Start broadcast. 2, 1. Okay, I think it's gonna go. Okay, yeah, I got it. Woo! Can you guys see it now?
Yeah, you're good.
Yay! Okay, this is Instagram, you guys know. So what you're going to do is on your Instagram, at the bottom, there's this little magnifying glass. Click it. Okay, this is gonna take you to a page with a lot of different people that hopefully have some common interests as you, right? And so when you see this page, it's called your Explore page. If you make it on this page, which lots of people do, then congrats. I was going to see if anyone on our team made it because sometimes they do. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is this. At the top on the search bar, I want you guys to think of a place you either shop, a restaurant you've eaten at that you liked. Maybe it's a cooking show. I always type in this one just because I feel like it's relatable, the Pioneer Woman. Okay. We don't all want to be following from the same place, you guys, but this is just an example. So I watch her show. I think she's cool. She cooks. Like we have some common interests. I typed in the Pioneer Woman. Okay. This is what you do. You click on a picture, or this is like a live thing. And then I'm going to scroll down to a picture. Here's one. And you click, see, it says like liked by Lindsay May and 49,000 other people, right? Okay, so you go down and then I just go through and I follow people, okay? So I would just click follow. I follow people. I try to follow women. I follow people that these people, the reason why we follow these people, you guys, is because we have a common interest, right? We both follow the Pioneer Woman. They probably watch your show. They like cooking, etc. Okay. So I just go in and I follow these people. I personally don't follow men. However, some people do. It's totally up to you. It's not my thing. So I just go through and I follow 100 people a day, just like this, you guys. It's so simple. Okay, that's one way to follow off common interests, just right there on that little explore bar. Another way is, you guys, if you click the magnifying glass again at the bottom, it's going to take you back to this explore page. And on this page, you can just click one of these pictures too. If I'm like, oh my gosh, I love her shirt. Okay, like then I could click the others and I could go through and follow these people. And look, Paige, I don't know if Paige is on here, but she's one of my distributors. We had a common interest. It was this boutique. Okay, you guys, that's how I follow people. You can do it several different ways, but both of those ways are what I personally do, and it makes it super simple. The next thing is posting in stories. Okay, you guys, there's so much to this, but I'm just going to show you a few quick tips and tricks, and then you guys can take it from there. There's a new feature. If you haven't updated your Instagram, I'm going to blow your mind. Okay, if you click a picture that you want to upload and you click next, these at the bottom, you guys know this already, probably are filters. If you don't have a filter, I suggest using one of these. Like if you don't pay for a preset, if you don't even know what that is, you don't need to know what that is. I didn't use it for years. That's okay. You can use one of these. And so like if I use Ludwig, I would just try to use Ludwig every time or whatever. And the reason why you guys kind of want to filter your pictures a little bit or use one of these that Instagram has for you is because it makes your profile look like it all goes together and it has like the same kind of colors in it. Okay, then you just click next. write a caption. So just like, this is not what I'd really write, but okay, this is the secret. When you're here and you write your caption, you guys can click back, and right here, if you click save draft, you guys, that was my kid, and click the X. Okay, save draft, click the X. Now watch, you guys. If I go in today and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to post something, but I don't know what to post, that post is right here, and I just click next and share. It saves it for you with your caption, so you don't even have to use it. Does anyone need me to review that, or do you guys understand? It saves it right here under drafts. And so a quick tip I have for that is that you guys can go and you can write out posts for the whole week, and just save them to your drafts like that. That way they're just instantly there for you to post. So when you go to post, it's like, I don't know what to post today. Well, maybe you were feeling creative on Sunday, right? And so you wrote all your posts for the week, and then you just click share. I hope that's helpful. The next thing is with stories. There's so much to it, you guys, that is so fun because you can do whatever you want. But to add to your story, you guys probably already know how to do this. You click the little plus sign. Okay, here's a quick tip. If you find a post or a story that you like of someone else's, you guys can screenshot it, and then you can just go in here like this. You click the bottom left right here. See the picture in the bottom left corner of my screen? Click it, click on whatever you want to upload, and then you send it. You guys know how to do most of this probably. If you want to add another picture on top of it, you just click that picture. This is, you guys, how you'll see different people do pictures. So here's another secret. My phone's kind of blown up, so if there's something, I'll stop sharing my screen in a second just in case someone needs something. So I'm going to show you guys. Let's pretend like this. Let me see if I can find somebody. Okay, Lauren. This is just a girl in the business that I follow. Let's pretend like she has something on her story that I want to use, which she usually does. Let me see if I can find something. Okay, let's pretend like this. You can hold your finger on it and it disappears the top and the bottom, and then you screenshot it. So then you just let go, click the X. You guys go to your story like you're gonna upload something, right? Click the bottom left picture and click on it. Look, you can pull it to make it bigger, pull it down to make it smaller, and then you can just go to your stickers and do your own poll. So when are y'all on social media more? Day or night? Right? Your story. That's it. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second so I can see you guys and make sure everyone's on the same page. I really like to read off. Katie, is there anything that I should go over with that?
No, that's good.
Did you already drop a 2 in the chat if you did not know that about scheduling your post? Did everybody know that already? There's lots of 2s. Yay! Some people knew, some people didn't. Yay! I love it when I teach you guys things that you didn't know. Yes, you can also do it for reals. That's correct. Okay, so you're just gonna follow people. You're gonna post on your stories, and you're gonna post on your wall. Okay, and everything that you post is gonna fit into those 5 topics. If you've been doing Instagram and you're like, okay, I love it, but I need to take it to a whole nother level, I'm gonna give you some tips on that. You should be doing things like, let me go back to share my screen. Hold on. Start broadcast. Hold on. It just takes a second. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Okay, you can on Instagram. You guys, a lot of if you want more people to see your stuff, all you need to do, or one of the things you need to do, is ask more questions. And that's like, you can ask questions. You can ask people to slide over. I'm trying to find some of that. Let's see, like this. I just literally, you guys, screenshotted a picture of a cute outfit that someone sent me for Lola. And then I just add one of those little slider stickers to it. The same is why you guys see people like Katie and other people in our business when they're like, ask questions like, do you like coffee or tea? Like this one, when are y'all on social media more, day or night, right? It's because when they click, then you guys are going to get more views on your story, because the more people that interact with your story, the better your ratings are going to be. That's why you constantly every day want to be either asking a question or saying like, sometimes I post recipes, you guys, but I don't say the recipe anymore. I just say swipe to get my recipe. So all these people swipe it, and then I message them and they say thank you, and then it boosts it. So instead of 100 views, I'll get 300, 500, 800, 1,200 views on my stuff. Okay. The next thing, interacting. This will change your business. If you do one thing besides the messaging part, which I haven't even touched on yet, this is what you need to do. Click on your face on the bottom right and click following. These are all the people that you're following. Okay, it says sort by default. I want you to click on the little 2 arrows and click latest. Those are the most recent people. You'll go through here. You guys, the reason why I love Instagram is because everyone follows everyone. It's what people do. It's normal. How many people are following you that don't know you and vice versa? That's what we do, right? And so this girl's a little young. So if they're not 18, I usually unfollow them. I always unfollow them, but if they are people that I have common interests with, you guys, and then I will go. So I just followed a bunch of those pioneer people. So let me start down lower. Okay. So this girl's young, you guys. This happens too. So I will go through and unfollow people that aren't 18, but then I'll go to someone's profile and I'm like, oh my gosh, these are so cute. So I have text replacement, but if not, you can just type this in. So like my text replacement R1 is that. If you don't know what that is, then you just go in and you comment. I like 3 pictures and comment on one. 1, 2, we have horses. So I'll just, oh, look at that. Horses, Dixie. We have a dog named Dixie. There you go. Okay. So you should be going to following every single day, and you should be liking 3 pictures and commenting on one. Another thing on that interacting is if you click on that, I had a question today and it was, how do you unfollow people who are not following you back? Okay, well, obviously the people that I just followed are not going to all be following me back, but I'll show you guys how to check. If you click on someone's name, at the top of their profile right here, click following. And if they're following you back, it would say your name right at the beginning. So I would just go unfollow her. Like if I've been following her for a while, you click on the following and see how it says my name right at the top. Okay. Another thing, if someone becomes my customer, and so you guys, let me just see if I can find one real fast. If someone becomes my customer, she's my customer, LaDonna. I love her. She's so sweet. Well, I'm not even following her. You guys, oops. Okay, if someone becomes my customer, I don't even know. Let's see if I can find a blocked account. You guys, that happens. Okay, Dakota is on our team, so I'm not going to follow her people, but I'll show you what it would look like. So let's just pretend like Dakota's not in my team. She became a customer. She doesn't want the business right now. She just wants to try the products. I'm like, okay, Dakota probably has friends that want to try the products too. So I would go to Dakota's page, click on that, and I would follow her friends. Do not do this for distributors. Only do that for people who are customers, because if they're your distributor, you don't want to follow their people. But if they're your customers, then they probably have friends as well that would be interested in the products. Okay, the last, interacting. Okay, interacting builds relationships. You always want to be commenting, usually with questions as well. So like, let's pretend like, oh, that's you guys. Michael's probably listening to this, my sister. I always think his posts or my sister's posts. So sometimes I'll comment things that I would never say to Michael, but I would say to my sister, which is so funny. Let's pretend like she was like, let's pretend like this girl who I gotta find somebody was my potential distributor. Let's just pretend like it's her. I'd be like, oh my gosh, I love your jacket. Where's it from? Which she's a boutique, so I wouldn't say that to her. But does that make sense? Like, you want to be asking questions. That way she's engaging back with you. Like, I hope that makes sense. Okay. The last thing that's super important for your business, you guys, is messaging. And messaging can be awkward, but is vital to what you do. I'm going to show you several ways to message different people. But I want you to know that it is uncomfortable at first when you start messaging for some people, for most people, and that's okay if you feel like that. However, you have to do it. This is why. When you walk into a restaurant, right? They're like, hi, how may I help you? Or how many would you like to see? The same with your business. Instagram is your business. And so you must ask people, because if not, you would never walk into a restaurant, right? And they would just let you hang out, but they wouldn't ask you if you wanted to eat. Like the same with your Instagram. If you're working like a business, you have to ask people. So the first way I'm going to teach you guys off your stories. So on your stories, if you click seen by, and my number's kind of low tonight, but seen by this 200. Okay, you click on that. Lots of these people are my distributors or customers, but let's pretend like they aren't. So Katie's on, so I'll just use her. So if you click the little arrow next to her name, then I would just type in a message. If I think she'd be a good distributor, I just say, hey, love, are you interested in what I do? And I click send. If I don't really know her, I might say, hey, love, I'm looking for a few product testers. Are you interested? If I follow her back and I think she's super cute, then I might use the message of the hey, pretty lady, looking for 5 product models. And I'll drop all these in the chat so you guys have them. But those are mainly the 3 messages that I use and send, and I have them all predicted text. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. You don't have to know. You can copy and paste messages from your note section, or you can genuinely make up the message every time. These are just messages that I've made up and that I use and that I share. So if you don't say, hey, love, don't say, hey, love. Say, hey, Sammy, hey, Katie, hey, girl, however you talk. That's one way to message, is off your stories through this little cute thing, the little arrow. Okay, I message people that view my stories. The further you go down, you can keep going, right? So like if I had never messaged people off my stories, I would have about 200 people to message tonight. Okay, the next way is off a post likes. So I would scroll down to like one that I got a lot of likes on. Maybe this one, how it's about the business, right? So I click the others, then you click on their picture or their name, and you click message, the same thing. Like I already talked to this girl, right? So I'm not going to message her, but this is another girl I've talked to. But if I hadn't, I would just click message and I would just say something like, hey, pretty lady. Okay. We'll get to questions if y'all have any questions about this. I just want to show you different ways that I message from, because I get that a lot. Like, who do you message? Where do you message? First, your stories. Second, your post likes. Third, your followers. Anyone who is following me. I do not follow back everyone who follows me. The reason why is because you can only follow like 6,800 to 7,200, depending on Instagram. You can only follow that many people. And so I have more followers than that. Does that make sense? So if you click on followers at the top, I just go to their picture, click message. If I'm following her, which I am, I send the NASA message. If I'm not following her, I would send the product tester message. If I go to a profile and I'm like, oh my gosh, she would be so good at what I do, then I send the are you interested in what I do message. Okay. That gives you guys 3 different ways to message people: your followers, your views on your stories, and people who like and comment on your post. Sometimes, you guys, I message people that I'm following, but that's last. That's the last thing I do. I try to go through everything else first. Another thing, how do you figure out who to unfollow? So eventually, always, my number that I'm following gets up to about 7,000 and I can't follow more people. So this is what I do. If you click on following, if you need to start weeding people out, I just click in a letter. So I start with A, which I've already done lots of A. So I'm just gonna do C. So I'll just go A and then I'll go B's and I'll go to C's. So C's, you can do this with interacting or messaging, but I'm gonna show you how to do it with messaging. C, so I just go start at the top, right? And so then I would just click message and then I send her the message about product testers and I go to the next. Legit the same thing, okay? And then what I do from here, you guys, you're like, how does this help you with unfollowing? So let's just say I go through and I message all these people. The next day, so tomorrow, I'll go through. If this person hasn't responded to me, like let's pretend, I'll just show you guys. 15%. Okay, let's pretend like it was tomorrow and this girl never responded to me. I would just click view profile and unfollow her back. And the reason why is because this is like a business, right? They didn't ask them the first time and they never responded, then I unfollow them. Katie, anything else before I move on that
No,
you can think of?
that's good.
Okay. Do you think I'm going over too much or not enough?
No, I think this is all great.
Okay. The next thing that I'll show you guys is Reels. Reels are awesome right now because a lot of people are like, Instagram's giving your Reels out to more people than posts. So if you're not doing Reels, you should start doing them. The Reels, your Reels go under this little reel looking thing, not the first block, but the second that I just clicked. I'm going to show you guys how to take pictures real fast and make it into a reel. And the reason why I'm going to do this is I'll show you. So let's pretend you're like, okay, I'm not going to make a video today, but I have some cute pictures I want to use, right? If you go to photos on your phone, oh, sorry. Can you hear me? Can you still see it?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, if you go to photos on your phone, it doesn't really matter. Okay, you can pull the photo apart, like pick a photo, pull it apart, make it bigger. Then you scroll down if you have an iPhone and you click this little screen recording. Do you see that where it's blinking red? You click it and it'll say like 3, 2, 1, and then it will record this and make it into a video. And to stop it, you just click the right button on the side of your phone one time and it will stop it. I can't do it because I'm on this Zoom right now, but it makes photos into videos. So I would just be like, okay, 3, 2, 1, record this. And then I might take another video of something else, right? And the reason why I would do that, because then I'll show you guys, you can make photos into a reel like this. This is not.
Hey, I'm
That's
on vacation
recorded and made it into a reel. Does that
every
make
single
sense?
day.
I hope so. If you're like, this is way
Because I
over
love
my
my-
head, it's no big deal. You don't have to know that. But this is the same way. I just screen recorded that picture and made it into a reel because you have to have a video to make a reel. You cannot have just a picture. If that doesn't make sense to you, you don't need to know. If it doesn't make sense to you, I just probably taught you something that maybe you didn't know. What else? Reels will get your engagement out to so many more people. You can make reels about the business, reels not about the business. You guys, my kid one day was like doing something funny with the laundry basket and like her reel went viral. I mean, one time she was dancing with, and Justin was in the kitchen. He was looking at her funny. And that one was like, look, 99.7 thousand views. And so don't overthink it. It doesn't always have to be about the business. I feel like I'm sharing a lot of info, but I know it's good stuff. And so I don't want to overwhelm you guys, but I also want to give you everything you need. So really back to basics, because I'm sure some of you guys are like, oh my gosh. And then some of you guys are like, oh, I'm already doing all this, which is awesome. Really, it all falls into every day you should be following 100 people. You should be putting up a post. You should be sharing stories. And you should be interacting to build those relationships and messaging. That's it. You can do that within 30 minutes a day if you're very intentional, right? You can put up your post, throw up some stories, follow 100 people like that real quickly. Just follow, interact, and then message. I would say I probably work Instagram a couple hours a day. I can tell you guys, I think, if I remember how to do this, on your Instagram, if you look at the 3 top lines on the top, then you click insights. Activity, maybe your activity. And it will tell you how much time. Okay, there you go. So you all know. I work the business an average of 2 hours and 20 minutes a day. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. And that includes everything. You don't have to work the business for 2 hours a day. You can work, when I started, I worked the business for 15 to 30 minutes a day because that's all I knew what to do. Now it's more because I just do more creative stuff, you guys. I also do other things. So don't compare to that. But if you can work the business 2 hours a day, you can make 5 figures a month, right? You guys can all do that. Give before you take is so huge, you guys. So huge. I thought I was screen sharing, but I wasn't. Give before you take is so huge. What that means is like, you guys have to give before you take. So you have to be sharing a recipe, sharing a workout. If you're not like that, maybe you're just sharing some products. And then you can take, that's how you get customers, but you have to build a relationship. So lots of amazing people like share their outfits and things like that. And people follow them for that, right? And then they end up trying their business or products because they're following them for something that's not related to it works. Someone asked me about hashtags. I don't use hashtags. I built to over 20,000 followers private. The reason was I'm now public. The reason was because private, I could just watch and see who followed me back. So if you want to go private, that's fine. But if you're doing reels, you definitely want to go public, at least for the night. So you can change it back and forth. And so like that night, if you're going to do a reel, you can put it up public. And that way some people will see your reel that aren't even following you when you're public. So that's the only thing about private versus public. I don't use hashtags. I think they're tricky. They either bomb your posts or they explode your posts, but I always have the bomb effect, so I don't use them. Growing your network, I went over that. How to find like-minded people, I went over that. Building relationships, did that. How to unfollow people who are not following you, we talked about that. How to keep ratios equal, and let's talk about that real quick. So you want to make sure that the people that you're following, that number where it says following, is under the amount of people that are following you back. At first, it will not be. So if you're looking at yours and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm following like 2,000 people and I have like 200 that follow me back, that's normal. We all start that way. Go into the people that you're following and start commenting and liking on your stuff, because they're going to be like, oh my gosh, who's this girl that just commented that nice thing on my post? Or like if they post something that's good to eat, I'm like, oh my gosh, can you send me this recipe? And they're like, who is this girl? And they follow you back. That's how you build relationships. What would you say to your friends? You're going to talk just like that, and you're going to comment and interact on people's stuff, and you're going to gain followers. How many LCs and DT messages do you send a day? That's a great question. So I try to send 100 messages a day. And the reason why is because my number is so high, right? And so if you're just starting, I would just start with 20 messages. And then if you're like, oh my gosh, that one's so good, let me send 20 more. Let me send 20 more, whatever number works for you. You have to find your ratio. I send way more customer messages than distributor messages, but I post a lot in my stories about distributors. Every time you post about the products or the business, I highly encourage you to either do a swipe for more info or a poll sticker where it says yes or no, or send me more info or I want that. Because sometimes people will click on your poll or they'll swipe, but they're not going to message you. It's vital. If you're not putting a poll sticker on, start tonight. And then you can see who's commenting on that or clicking on that and you can message them. My daily routine on Instagram. Okay, this is it. I wake up, I follow 100 people. I message 100 people. I comment and like throughout the day. I throw up a post at some point in the day and I add stories throughout the day. Like, I don't really have a routine. I wish I could tell you guys this like magic secret. I just do the work. So if I'm like, okay, if I knew like today, okay, I need 2 customers, then I would just go send a whole bunch of those messages, which I'll drop in the chat right now. I'm thinking about it. If I'm like, okay, I need 3 distributors. If I was like, okay, I need 3 to help, there's 3 distributors to go Ruby, then I would be messaging about the business to everyone I knew, right? So I just kind of go off what, kind of like my chart and things like that. I'm sharing those messages now if you guys want them. Someone asked a good question. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Someone said, mine is family looking. Do I need to delete posts in the past or to start now doing better? That's such a good question. I'm going to show you guys another secret with that. Screen share, screen. Okay. You guys, if almost always, if I share the products or the business, I hide it later. So tonight I would have done this one because the likes on it are only 90 and that's low for me. So I click those 3 dots on the top right and click archive. Don't be afraid to go through and archive or delete all the posts that you feel are spammy. This is why. Look, okay, this is my profile, right? My profile, if I would scroll way back, you guys would die because it was like not even anywhere near this. It was, you guys would have never even like followed me. But that's okay. And you guys, I still enroll customers and distributors because I would ask, so it doesn't matter. But if you click on your picture on the top bottom right and click the 3 lines on the top left, click archive. And you guys, here are all the posts that are hidden off my profile. The reason why I archive a lot of them is this. Let's pretend like I post the Slimming Gummies thing, right? And then it still has the comments. So I go back to the comments and I know I need to follow up with all these people who are not distributors. Like this girl had commented and messaged and she wasn't interested, so I don't need to message her. But these are my follow-ups. If someone comments the first time and they are interested, then, and I've given them info and they haven't responded back, I say, hey, love, are you still interested? If someone comments and they have all the information, they just haven't ordered, I'll just say like, hey, love, I'm placing orders. Do you need help? So that's why I archive posts, because then I can see who all my potential customers are. Here's another tip, you guys. Are you ready? This is how we do it. Okay, let's pretend like I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl is so cute. I can click this little arrow on the bottom right of her picture and click save to collection. And then I can just type in like potential distributor or whatever. Okay, click save. Now to access that again, you click on your picture, click the top right, those 3 lines take you a lot of places, and click save because you saved it with that little arrow. Okay, these are collections that I've created, like new distributors. Some of you guys might see yourselves in there, different things, okay? And so then I can go to a collection and have all these people together. So I used to like save all my distributors and all my customers in one. I hope that I used to do host to post a lot on Instagram. trying to find that. And then I would have them all in a collection. Right, click on that, and I would know, I would follow. Makes sense. Really, as long as you keep it basic, you guys, you're following, posting in stories, interacting, messaging. Follow, post, stories, interact, message. Follow, post, stories, interact, message. Just really building those relationships is going to take you really far. Does anyone else have any more questions? You can use videos and photos on TikTok. So another way is to make your video on TikTok. Yes, you can make a video on TikTok, save it, upload it to Reels. I'm just not a TikTok fan because I should be. I don't know. I'm not. I posted my scripts. I feel awkward doing Reels, but I need to. Same girl. Because it gets a lot of views, and it also people, I had distributors say I should try on this right now, and she said, I just joined you because of one of your Reels. Does anyone else have any more questions? Okay, I want everyone to drop in the chat what's one thing that you learned tonight that was new. That way I know what you took away from this. Everything, Kristen. Hey, Kristen. That's so funny. A lot. Archiving, yay. Archive your spammy posts, yes. Archive or delete. Never feel bad about going back and cleaning it up. If I post something and it's like got 0 comments or not very many likes, I'll just delete it. It doesn't matter. Archiving, how to follow other people, other ways to find people, so much, how to follow same interests. Okay, I'm so glad you guys are learning stuff. I want you to let this drive you, not overwhelm you. Just take a few tips and just use it. One more thing, if you're a veteran, if you've been in this business, you guys, I'm almost done, Lynn. If you've been in this business for a long time, I'm going to give you one tip. Like if you have 2,000, 10,000, 15,000 or 15,000 followers, then you guys, I'm going to give you a tip. If you aren't to this point yet, this can be goals for you. Find people that have the same amount of followers as you and do loop giveaways. It's everything. Write this down. If you're at 5, 10, 15,000 followers, you guys need to start this tonight. You find 5 people and you're like, hey girl, it's just like host a post, only it's from, you're going to do it with this. And so have you guys seen that where it's like, okay, follow all these girls and then you're in comment and then you're injured, right? So basically what you're doing is you're trading followers. Do it with people that are not in our business. So you might do it with a boutique or a road and field girl. It doesn't even matter if you guys are doing with competing people, because we all have different products, as long as it's not like product for product competing. And there's some companies I wouldn't do it with, but there's some companies I've done it with, you guys, and I gained all their followers and I might be giving them followers too, but I take so much time, right, to comment and like and build these relationships with my followers that it doesn't scare me that my followers might follow someone else. And I gain 500, 800 followers sometimes for that. If you're doing it with just like 5 people, you might only gain 50 or 100, but that's still 50 or 100 more loyal followers that you wouldn't have had before. So loop giveaways. If you're not doing that, start. If it's 5 people, 10 people, 15, 60, whatever. You can also research it. There are companies that do it. I'm not going to give you names because I do it with some companies and I'm not going to give that away. But you guys start that if you feel like you're stuck at a certain rank. What is a good script about our business when people ask what our business is? That's a good question. I say these things. Edit this because the second one's a little off. That's exactly what I say. For the most part, I subtract a little piece out of the second one. Interacting with people, learn so much. Okay, this was great. I hope you guys have a good night. I gotta go put my baby to bed. And I hope you guys learned something. And thanks for coming. Bye, friends.